Hello everybody, testing 1 2 3. Alright, just trying to go through and make sure all the settings are good and alright and good. Before I start diving into this big long discussion, just want to make sure everything's good and stuff. Let me know how it all is sounding down in the comment section or in the live chat down below. Alright, so it sounds like we're all good and we're live and ready to go. So hello everybody, MegaZardX here, back at it again to give y'all another very exciting video. And for today, oh freaking shoot, yes, it has finally happened. Yes, we do finally have the Mario 35th anniversary collection, or, we have the 3D All-Stars, and we also have everything else in terms of like all these other different announcements that honestly, it was some stuff that we heard rumors about this game for the longest time, but we didn't know exactly everything they were going to announce within this Mario themed direct. And oh my gosh, there's just a whole lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff caught me off guard, and honestly, this was a really well presentation. I think everybody and their mama probably needed this in terms of, coming off of that last previous direct for goodness, that last partner showcase, which everybody's kind of pushing that in the afterthought. And oh goodness, oh my gosh, this right here, oh freaking shoot, I have quite a bit of stuff to say about it, and I honestly wished I would have just caught my raw reaction for this though, but it just randomly dropped in the morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning, my time at Central Time, and I was like, well, gosh darn. And I was smelling a whole bunch of smoke for this last night going into this morning. I literally was almost trying to do this live stream last night to predict whether or not this is actually a real thing or not, because I saw a lot of smoke, and I was like, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I was just trying to go through all of this stuff, but man, oh man, that oh goodness, that was truly something though. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight up into my 35th anniversary all-around discussion, everything that Nintendo has brought to the table, and oh goodness, just that raw reaction and just everything I possibly would have thought about this whole entire presentation here right now. Okay, so this Mario 35th anniversary right here, man, oh man, because man, I'm just going to have to start playing some of this footage though, but goodness, there was just quite a bit of stuff that they had to discuss within this presentation. And honestly, the matter of fact that they shadow dropped this out of nowhere, what normally you think with their directs in general, they'll just go ahead and just let us know out in advance. And the state of how the world is right now, we just honestly could not get, Nintendo's really operating on the fly for a lot of this stuff. So right off at the very beginning, we had none other than Mario, the original Mario Brothers on the NES. I own this game, played it to death, and there's like a million and one different ways how you can play this stuff. But when I saw that Game & Watch right there, I was like, wait, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, what? And I was like, we had the NES Classic, we had the SNES Classic, and everybody was sort of kind of thinking, what kind of retro console could they actually do next? Little did I even think that we're going to get a Super Mario Brothers theme Game & Watch. And honestly, you know what? With this being Nintendo's first actual handheld system, I really want to get my hands on this though. And I heard some word kind of going around that this system could actually cost about roughly $50. If so, I'm definitely going to get it. It comes out on November 13th, which is literally like the day before my birthday. And I was looking at that and I was like, man, that's going to be a really nice gift though. But expect people to, buy that stuff up. And I imagine this is going to have some stock issue while this thing is actually going to be releasing, and people are going to have to go out of their way to make sure to get this pre-order though. I'm going to have to stay on top of my game and stuff. If you really want to get this, I recommend follow there's an Amiibo Twitter account that I usually follow. And I'll probably leave a link down in the description box below whenever I'm done with this video, though, for people that are really interested to see this product, if they really want to get it, though, because I know I'm getting it. I know a couple of my other friends are getting it, though, but honestly, man, this is some really good stuff right here, though. And honestly, I just didn't think they were going to start off the direct presentation like that, though. But then moving on to the very next thing after that Game & Watch collection, we had none other than the Mario 3D World. Now, I was like, okay, you know what? For a lot of people, we knew that this was coming, but at the same time as what we knew that this was probably coming as, honestly, we just didn't think that, I just didn't think that, oh goodness, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I was like, 3D World, I know my bro over here, Silver, one of my good friends off of Twitter, he really loves this game, and I was like, you know what, it was only a matter of time. They literally brought over every single one of these 3D, they brought over several different Wii U ports. And you know what, this was like one of the last couple or last few good ones that they needed to bring over from the Wii U to the Switch. And honestly, it is really good. Now, however, there are some details that they did not mention in this direct presentation over some of these titles or some different other things. And I'll talk about them as, you know, I go a little bit further within this presentation, though. But one thing is there's going to be online compatibility with this game. Yes, you can play co-op up with your friends on this, and I'm like, goodness, as long as they're not, you know, hiding any other details from us, though. Imagine just playing this game up to 4 people online or / in co-op if you happen to have these people with you in person. This is just honestly going to be a really good thing. And goodness, man, I'm just really looking at this, and I'm like, man, I was like, man, this is going to be really something right here, though. So, Super Mario 3D World is coming out. But not only is it just that, but we're also getting more additional stuff within this. And it's, oh my goodness, it's Bowser's Fury. And I'm like, I'm just looking at this world over here. You see the lightning, the storm clouds, the water and everything. And I was like, man, what the heck is all of this? And I'm like, gosh darn, this is something else right here, though. And you see, I was like, man, I saw that over here. I had this like eerie sensation up in me. And I was like, dang, I was like, you have got to be kidding me, though. And I was like, oh my gosh, that DLC was truly something else, though. And I was like, man, this is really going to be some good stuff right here, though. But honestly, I'm just really loving all the stuff that they're doing with this, though. And then next, they show none other, oh, and for that 3D World collection, they're actually dropping that out in February, which honestly, I felt like if it weren't for real world scenarios that are going on within the world right now, we probably would have gotten this, probably November is what I was sort of kind of predicting, because I feel like, you know, there wasn't really anything that would have pushed us back except for that real world scenario, though. So that is a little bit unfortunate. It will be coming out in February, you know, late February, though. But honestly, it won't be, or not late, early February 12th. But that won't be too bad, though. Just kind of like right smack dab in the middle of the month. Kind of spaces out their releases, so they still got something to go for. Now you had none other than Super Mario Brothers. But wait. 35, and I was like, oh freaking shoot, I was like, this is literally Tetris 99 but battle royale with Mario style. I was like, with 35 other players, I was like, oh shoot. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I love to death some Tetris 99, though, but some Super Mario Brothers 35th, oh no, oh man, just call it a wrap, just call it it, because I'm like, dang, I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, goodness, this is crazy right here. I was like, I'm probably going to put in quite a bit of time within this game. And I'm like, but the only thing that stings about it is you got to read that fine print right here on the screen. And I'm going to pause this so y'all can see it. But literally, it starts October 1st, but then it ends on March 31st. Like, that's the window frame is literally 6 months. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Only 6 months? I was like, what? I'm like, no, this is something I really want to play. It's like, literally, it's like Nintendo give it and they take it away. And I'm like, oh, why Nintendo, you gotta do this to me like that, though? But I'm like, oh, shoot. I was like, this is really something right here, though. I am going to be super excited about it. I'm going to probably play it to death as much as I possibly can, though. But it is unfortunate that they're really only having this going for this small little period of time for 6 months. And I was like, man, you have got to be kidding me, though. But honestly, you know what? this looks really cool. It's something that comes out of left field, only Nintendo could do, and if they're running it on the same servers as Tetris 99 is, we won't have any issues. Now, however, if it happens to be the same thing as Super Mario Maker 2 online, then oh shoot, then we're in trouble now though. But there's no way they can do this peer-to-peer like that though. Alright, then moving on to the next thing, they have this one mysterious thing, and I honestly was looking at this and I was like, no, they did not. I was like, no, Nintendo, you can't do this to me. And then I was like, wait a minute. No, I was like, wait, something's kind of looking off. And I saw that, and then I saw the real world scenario, and I saw him zooming by. I was like, what in the world has Nintendo thought of now? And we get none other than essentially a Mario Kart game, but sort of kind of AR-ish, where you can actually drive around Mario, crazy as this is, with your Switch, but be able to look in your camera and see exactly where you're going like this. Honestly, this does look pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie. And if it weren't for the fact that this thing is roughly, because they gave out the price for this in Japan, and they gave it out in yen, so you're able to kind of do some rough conversions though. But it's gonna be roughly about $100 for the Mario side of things, as well as the Luigi one. And you are going to be able to play it up to, I believe, 4 players. But, each person has to have their, their own, Mario Kart or the Luigi card. And the way how you can just design these different tracks around your room, honestly, I imagine that would be pretty fun. Honestly, if I was just sitting down with my cousin or whatever, though, I probably could get, honestly, a really good kick out of this, though. So I'm just kind of curious to see people's reactions of, how they actually like this game and whatnot, though. It's probably not going to be something for me, though. I would love to try it, but I just don't see myself constantly playing this game like this, though. But for, kids, oh man, this is gonna be a blast. And honestly, those parents out there, they're gonna have to hide some of this stuff from this direct for them, because if they were to know exactly all the different content that is up in here, I'm like, gosh darn. I'm like, man, that's just crazy. This dropping October 16th, and I was like, goodness, I was like, that's just absolutely crazy. Now, moving on to the next thing, they just showed off a whole bunch of stuff about how you can be able to celebrate the Mario's 35th anniversary away from the games, not just only on the game. So you had these like My Nintendo missions. Won't go too far or too super deep up in there though, but you can get some pin sets, actually getting some physical goods for once from My Nintendo, which I remember My Nintendo back in the day with the Wii. Oh shoot, that they actually gave out physical goodie stuff, free entire games. Though it's not nearly as good as them, but this is probably the next best thing in recent memory of what you can be able to do. You can even get some stuff from the Nintendo NYC store, which honestly I really need to go there anytime I make my trip back up to NYC, maybe sometime in the future though. But yeah, they show a lot of different things like that. They showed some collaborations with Super Mario Maker 2. They showed some collaborations with some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tourneys. You're even going to be able to do a Splatfest for Splatoon 2. Real quick, if I were to choose one of those two, it's probably going to be the Star Power, though. Probably the one that's going to win. You even can get some even more goodies and merchandise and all this other good stuff though. Really cool. You're even going to be able to get some furniture, themed furniture in Animal Crossing New Horizons, which for those Animal Crossing fans, I know they have been putting different Mario, or not just Mario, but different Nintendo series as a whole within different types of furniture based upon any type of Nintendo series from the whole entire, Nintendo brand. So you got your Mario, your Metroid, your Kirby stuff. All of that stuff was found somewhere within Animal Crossing though. So I know some fans are super excited about that. And then real quick, just rewinding back to one little segment over here where they showed this Mario themed shoe. Oh my goodness, this shoe right here, it actually leaked ahead of time. Which when I saw this, I was like, oh shoot, that was like some more smoke that I knew was coming from some source of a fire for this whole entire direct though. But that's pretty much it in terms of all the merchandise and stuff like that though. And honestly, you gotta keep your eye on that Nintendo of America Twitter account. They're just dropping everything there. However, they also managed to release the Super Mario All-Stars from the Super Nintendo. And, this gives you like your NES Mario, Mario Bros. 2, Lost Levels, as well as, I believe, Mario Bros. 3, if I'm not mistaken, all shown up in here. And goodness, and this is actually able for you to be able to download now for the Nintendo Switch Online if you have the online membership, which everyone should have at this point, unless you're just like one of those fans that's just like, you know what, that online service ain't really doing it for me though. But I gotta dabble with that a little later though. But then, oh shoot, this is the moment of truth right here. You had none other than Super Mario 64, and they started messing with his face and stuff. I saw this and I was like, a huge sigh of relief came, and I was like, the holiday is saved, boys. The holiday is saved. And I saw Mario jump out of that pipe, and I was like, yes. Now, I know some people are going to be slightly a little bit upset because some people were expecting like maybe some grand old remaster, maybe messing with the textures a little bit more rather than just this fresh coat of HD paint that they threw on top of it. I was a little bit upset with that, but when I'm looking at this and I go from Mario 64 to Sunshine, I never played Sunshine. I heard some, heat from some people that really didn't like Sunshine, which is a bit unfortunate, but at the same time, that's a new game to me, and it's one I always wanted to visit because I never owned a GameCube. So I was like, man, I saw this, I was like, yes, I can finally go back and relive this game though. And whenever I looked through this, I was like, man, I'm like, is this real? Like, am I not dreaming? I was like, Nintendo rarely ever does collections, and yet this is real. And then you transition from Sunshine and you move over to Mario Galaxy, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, it looks so good too. I played Mario Galaxy 2, but I never played the original one, so this is gonna be another new game for me as well. So my holiday is made right here. I mean, we might not be getting a lot of brand new stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, these are still ports, but to me, since I never played these games, hey, this is gonna be, worth my while right here though. So I'm gonna be sinking in quite a bit of hours between Sunshine as well as Mario Galaxy. And of course, I always gotta dabble back within my game of the century, Mario 64 though. But goodness, that Super Mario 3D All-Stars right there, oh my gosh, I was just hitting so hard. I loved every single second of it right there though. And they even gave down a little bit more details about this, how they said, there's going to be a music library where you're going to be able to listen to certain tracks within the game. There's going to be different resolution or aspect ratio sizes that you're going to be able to play certain games in, whether you want to have it stretched to 69 or having an original like 4:3. So, honestly, some really good, nice little features to add up in there though. But the crazy thing about this is, I got to pause this video. Available, not only just this month, September 18th. It was at this moment while I was watching this live, I looked down at my phone and I looked at that and I was like, bruh, that is 2 weeks away. I immediately minimized it. I didn't shut down the stream, or not the stream. I didn't shut down the video, but I literally minimized that video and I whipped up my phone. I was in the middle of work. I was at work on my break. And I literally had to minimize that sucker. And I went down through and I started scrolling through my phone and I was like, I gotta pull up Best Buy. I gotta get these links down, because the fine print after this is what really started to make me push forward this. Not just that, the matter of fact, it was 2 weeks from now. The crazy thing is, this is physical and digital. I can't say a lot of games that come out physical and they only give you a 2 weeks heads up like that. And the other shocking surprise to that is what they said with their words is, this is going to be a limited run, which that made me really scratch my head. And I was like, wait, a limited run? And I heard that limited run, and I was like, wait a minute, why are you doing this? But apparently, you're going to be able to get it from launch all the way basically to the end of March. But if you don't get it between then and there, they're saying you won't be able to get it anymore physically or digitally, which honestly makes you think, why in the world is Nintendo doing this? Do they know how many games they're going to be able to sell? But I'm wondering, is it because, how tough the times is? Is this going to try to incentivize more people to buy Switches, or at least, even if you don't own a Switch, run out and try to, purchase the game physically or whatnot? Like, you're going to have, like, that much of a demand for it. And it was because of that. One reason there was why I was rushing so fast to try to get my pre-order in for the Super Mario 35th anniversary like this, though. So, honestly, some good stuff, but some little bit of mixed reaction with some of their decision-making, like the Mario 35th Battle Royale, with them being able to it only runs up until the end of March. Then saying this 3D All-Star Collection is going to only be able to run for a certain period of time like that. I mean, that's the stuff that kind of make me have me scratching my head though. But outside of that, this was a really good themed direct. everything from the merchandising, from the 3D All-Star Collection game to that Game & Watch, that Mario theme one, to the home circuit for that Mario Kart, and goodness, everything else, the original All-Stars. I mean, there was just a lot of stuff in there for everybody. However, they still had extra stuff that they still did not announce, because they even announced that, yes, there's going to be a Cat Mario as well as a Cat Peach Mario that are going to be releasing for Amiibos at the same time as 3D World's release date comes out in February. So I was like, man, they had Mario on top of their Mario. And I was like, wait a minute, hold the phone? I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. And then, of course, they had to end the direct off with none other than just kind of like a fast forward through time, just showing all the different Mario games that had come to be, though. And I'm like, dang, this was some type of a presentation, though. And I know everybody was hungry for that, Nintendo IP goodness, though. But I feel like, for the most part, they probably calmed all of the mad, crazy rabbit fans out there, though. So honestly, you know what? This is crazy. And the crazy thing about this is I'm looking back at it throughout this day, and I'm like, how much money did Nintendo pull out of my wallet? Like, they literally stole a whole bunch of money out of my wallet. Like, I literally pre-ordered the 3D All-Star Collection, I pre-ordered 3D World, and I turned around and pre-ordered the Cat Mario and Cat Peach as well. And then I'm still looking and having my eyes out for, goodness, man, that's just so much stuff to keep up with. But I'm still trying to keep my eye out for the Game & Watch Mario theme collection as well, though. But I'm like, that was just so much Mario. They had Mario on top of their Mario with a little bit of Mario on the side with some Mario for dessert. Like that was a lot of Mario, though. And I'm just really looking forward to playing through the 3D All-Star Collection and literally in 2 weeks. That's just crazy to me. I'm just like, man, oh man, though. But, oh my gosh, that was just a lot to digest, though. And I knew I needed to get my thoughts out here, though. And I wanted to try to get them out as soon as possible. So, you know what? This was going to be my very first ever live stream just to go public like this, though. And I find it very fitting that it has to be over the Mario, none other than the Mario 35th Anniversary Collection, though. But, man, oh man, y'all got to let me know down in the comment section down below what all do you think about this 35th anniversary, though. And I'm probably not done even talking about this, though, because I might even sit down with one of my friends or maybe some of my friends and actually, hold another podcast, try to catch up on some stuff that, I hadn't been able to do a podcast series in quite some time, though. But hopefully, you know what, maybe some of my friends might have, some thoughts over the whole entire Mario 35th anniversary presentation direct, and maybe they want to kind of get their thoughts out there too. So you can probably look forward to that maybe sometime this weekend or maybe going up early Monday morning. It just all depends, though. But keep an eye out on my social media links, which you can find down in the description box down below, whether or not all of that actually happens, though, and I'll keep you informed on all of that, though. But honestly, man, oh man, Nintendo. Oh boy, I feel so much better now. I feel so much relieved. The holiday is saved. PS5 and Xbox Series X, they ain't got nothing on Nintendo. Nintendo can release some decade-old games and they still gonna come out on top, though. Man, they ain't got nothing on our 7 million sales, though. Anyway, alright, enough said about this, though. If you really like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things gaming related, including more on the Super Mario 35th anniversary, of anything else that could be potentially announced or whatever other announcements that happen to actually be revealed. And also, I just want to throw this out there, though. You know what? Mario had its 35th anniversary this year. Guess what's next year? Legend of Zelda. So keep that in the back of your mind, because guess what? With the 25th anniversary, they did something with Mario and they did something with Legend of Zelda. So the 35th, I'm just saying, I'm just putting my thoughts out here now. So we might get something just as good as this next year, as long as COVID ain't, a pain in the butt and still trying to bite us in 2021. But outside of that, man, oh man, that's just a lot of stuff to digest right there, though. So thank you all for tuning in for this live stream, or for anybody else that might be going back through and watching this, though. So yes, that is all for this video, though. So remember, y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.